Hello, everyone. I don't know. Did you guys hear us chatting when that video was going? Because we were talking. I was like, oh shoot, I think the volume's still on. I think they can hear us talking. Well, welcome. I'm Shannon, and this is my channel, SC Houston, where I write under the pen name of SC Houston, the author of the Clash of Goddesses series, with the third and final book coming out next week on Monday. And I am here today with my husband.
Hi, everybody. I am Kevin. I'm the husband. Retired Army and also a hasher. So ask any questions you like. Name is Sheriff, by the way. But Kevin, yeah.
So we are here today to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of my YouTube channel. And I paired it with introducing my husband, because without him, this wouldn't have been possible. My whole author journey would not have been possible without his support. And so he's been a really big part of me taking this journey and taking this step onto YouTube. So it made sense for it to be together for me. So we're going to take a moment and say hello to everyone in the chat, and then we will move into the tag. Let's see, comments. So Chris Kenny was the first one here, but his comment fell off, and he said he was going to bed because, he's in the UK. So it's a hello. And then Jenna, hello. Aphrodite Lee, thank you. And you have such a big heart. I am sure that you are going to find it one day. And Richard Holiday's going to bed, but he's going to catch up later. And Mama Maggie, hello. RC Scott's going to work. So, yeah.
Boo work.
Yep. And author Lauren Adele, hello. This is a milestone. Yeah, hitting the 1 year mark on YouTube. I didn't know. There was actually a point last year where I thought I was going to quit. And I remember telling Kevin that I was going to. And I actually filmed a video saying that I was quitting, but I never put it up. So, and that was actually before I met the AuthorTube community. So I'm so very thankful for meeting everybody. And I was saying here, we're both here sitting already. So Ancy, it's really me. That was Ancy. I was like here, and like my heart was like going, and Kevin's like, what? What's going on? Wait, is your heart going because we're a couple?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, silly. But, he was joking. So author Lauren Dowell, or she said, you got this. Thank you. And then Mama Maggie, oh, such a cute couple. Thank you. And Barrett Lori, hello. Thank you for stopping by, because I know you're in a live stream. Oh, he didn't know I put together that beginning video.
No.
Cute. And it's Morgan Lee. That's my critique partner.
Ah, hello, Morgan.
Love this.
Barrett.
Yep. And Just Eva, thank you for coming. And then, oh, hi, Jenna. Thank you for stopping by. And Aphrodite, I'm sitting here tearing up like a dork. Oh. You're gonna make me tear up thinking about that. And happy 1 year. Thank you. Thank you. We didn't. LOL. No. Oh, okay. That's good. You were saying you couldn't hear us. Great. Because he was like, where'd you get all these pictures from? I'm like, I've had them on my computer. Well, I thought we were muted during the vids, but usually you can see that you're muted. Like it shows on the back end that you're muted, but it didn't show I was muted. So that's why I thought maybe we were live with the audio. Hi, Nia. Thank you for stopping by. Happy anniversary, 1 year anniversary. And to say all that too, guys. So I know I've talked about my book coming out next week on Monday. And I chose that because I've done the first Monday in every month that my book has published. And it just so happened to be ready in June. But it is also our anniversary. Yes. So 1 year. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Kevin. Barrett said hi. Oh, geez. This just jumped. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through everything. Oh, hi, Savion. Thank you for coming. This is Cookie King. I was just telling about the Cookie Wars that's going to be in September.
I used to be Cookie Monster.
Yeah, that was his nickname growing up with his family. Happy Tuberversity. Thank you. Get that. Love you have the support. Hello. Well, thank him. So glad you didn't quit. Well, thank you. And I just realized that the streamers are digital. LOL. Oh, yes. Yeah, they're digital.
Oh.
The streamers, yeah. Well, it's two words, right? Streamers, people who stream on the channel. Oh, I think that was the most awesome intro ever. Thank you. And it was, yeah. And triple threat. Yes. Happy anniversary as well. Okay, I got through all the comments. All right. So we are going to jump into our tag. So I ended up changing the tag. I changed it to the writer's spouse tag, because there are like tons and tons of different tags out there. And I was trying to find one that spoke to me like completely. And then plus many of the tags didn't have the actual questions listed. And I am a bit tone deaf. Some of you guys know me. And I was listening to some videos twice, 3 times to try and figure out what they were saying, and I still couldn't get it. So I took the ones that I understood, that I felt worked. And I mean, you had the spouse's tag, the husband tag, the writer significant other tag, which was by Bethany Altazada, by the way, the military tag, interracial couple tag, and there was even more. We were looking at some other ones. So what I did is I just took some of the questions and I split them into 2 parts. So we're going to start with the spouse question, which is me asking my spouse questions. And then it's going to be the writer question. So my spouse is going to be able to ask me writing questions or writer related questions or whatever along that. That's the idea. And then we'll open up the floor to any questions that you guys might have about us. If you think of anything, did you catch that he was a hasher? Do any of you guys know what that means? He was like, maybe I should explain that. I'm like, let someone ask that question. Yeah. We'll open the floor to questions, and then that'll wrap it up. So we will start with the very first question, which is spouse question number 1. Where did we meet?
Where did we officially meet? Because that's a kind of a tricky question. Our paths have crossed many times before we actually met. So I would say we met for the first time in Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah, at
Fort Eustis.
At Fort Eustis, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he means, we were both in Kuwait, deployed in 2004 at the same time. And I was the in-processing center, and my specific job was getting all the rosters from everybody, and only one person needed to go down to the boats, and he was a captain on boats in the Army. So at that time you were a captain, right? You were still enlisted at that time. So I drove to the boats and I took their manifests, and so I had to see everybody who was on the manifest, which we're anywhere between usually 15 to 20 people on each crew. So I had to see him because I in-processed him, but I didn't remember him. He didn't remember me. And then we were both in Fort Lewis, Washington at the same time and we went to the same pool hall.
You went to the same pool hall.
Yes. And we probably saw each other and didn't know until we met officially in Newport News, Virginia.
It's kind of hard to miss somebody who's 6'4".
Yeah, that's him. I'm not the 6'4" person. No. All right. Question number 2. What was the first thing you noticed about me?
Your command of a room. it was pretty much that, and of course the beauty. I mean, that sounds corny, but your beauty. But I throw that back at you.
Okay, so and we've actually talked about this a lot because I'm very drawn to smells. So which I think makes a lot of sense because I have one eye that tracks slower than the other. So I don't have the best vision and I can't hear very well. So I think I smell like, actually, that's my superpower, is smelling. So I could smell his cologne. So I was the NCOIC. I was in charge of the S1, which is like the headquarters of every battalion. So everybody has to bring their paperwork they had to bring it to my S1, and I had to make sure that my soldiers did what they need to do. And that was process awards, promotions, moving people around between different units and all that stuff. So, and he was from one of the units. He'd bring the paperwork to my office, which is probably why you said that the command of the room. What was my office? It was my office. I mean, they were my soldiers, right? So I ran the S1. I noticed it. So the first thing I probably was the smell. And when I looked up and I saw this tall guy, and I always liked tall men. So yeah. So yep. Number 3, how long did we date before getting married?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I knew this would be a tricky one.
Yeah. Let's see. Almost 3 years.
Was it 3 years? So I think we always go back and forth about when we actually met. I think we met in October of 2005. And I think you always thought sooner than that? Or I thought it was
October.
Okay.
September.
Yeah, I think you always want to throw it back to September, but I think it was October because I was dating someone in September. So that's why I don't think that.
I won.
So we met in October 2005, but then we started dating, and we kind of sort of were boyfriend, girlfriend. We were exclusive with each other, but then we broke up like in March, and then we didn't run into each other again until July of that year. It was actually my very last day in the Army. Yep. I ran into him at a shopette that was a part of a gas station. And he was like, hey, we're going to have this July 4th party, just a bunch of friends getting together. Why don't you come over? And I'm like, well, just as friends, right? And well, it turned to more than that. So that was July of 2006, and then we got married in 2008. So yeah. Who was the first to say "I love you"? I don't even know if you remember this. I remember it very clearly.
Okay, so
it was. We did a lot of arguing in the beginning. We argued all the time, and he used to say, "What couple argues this much?" And I'm like, "Hey, we're getting it all out now so that we have a good relationship later," which I would say is pretty good now. So we barely ever argue. But we were arguing, and we were just boyfriend girlfriend, and we were still pretty new actually to each other. And he called me up and he said, "You drive me nuts. I love you, but it's over." And then that was it. He broke up with me.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I have no comments.
So that leads into, how did you know I was the one?
That one's easy because you're beautiful, you're smart, and you were able to challenge me in ways that no one has ever been able to challenge me. So that was always number one for me. You know, I didn't care about anything. I want somebody that can match my intensity of things and strengthen my weaknesses, which you did 100%.
And so, did you want to throw this one back at me?
Oh, sorry. Yes. And what about you?
Yeah. So I think I kind of knew early on, which was really weird because I had kind of determined I was not going to get married. And I kind of thought that for many years. And so when we started dating, it wasn't actually in my mind at all. I didn't even know where it was going to go. But our second date, I remember our second date, he took us to a playground and we swung on the swings. And we were talking about the things that we wanted in life and where we saw our life going. And I remember thinking at that moment, well, gee, if I was to ever get married, he'd be the one I'd get married to. And that was our second date. And of course, we didn't get married for like almost 3 years. So, but I've never come that close with anybody else since then. So, or in between our times breaking up. So
we had to make sure it was right.
Yeah. And it's funny because we were both the same. Like we both have had other relationships, and if we've broken up, then we moved on. We've never gone back to another relationship, yet we always kept coming back to each other.
That's true.
Yeah. So when is our anniversary? But we already talked about this. So what number are we on? You tell me.
Oh, 14.
Okay. 14 years. Yeah.
Yep.
So I was thinking that the other day. I was like, wow, we've always known each other for a decade or 2 decades. Not a decade. I can't do math. All right. So number 7, what do you think I do as a writer?
Sit down at this desk and talk to the off the tube community. No. Constantly just, I think that's where you become an extrovert and really just open up your mind and share with everybody of the thoughts you have. I don't know if you really answered your question to that, but
no, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it'd be funny, like if someone said, "Well, I think you just sit at your computer and look at it all day." Number 8, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about me being a writer?
Favorite thing about you being a writer is I can see your passion when you write, and it's like it lightens up a room. Least favorite thing, it takes you away a lot. So that's my number 1.
And number 9, what's the best writing advice you would give me?
Be true to yourself and to always write what you feel. Don't worry about the critics.
I like that. And this is my last question. No spoilers. What story am I working on now or next if I just finished one? And so when I wrote this, I was hoping I'd be on my next project, but I haven't got to it yet. But what is my next project I'm working on?
I don't know if I can answer
that. I talked to you about it.
You said no spoilers.
Oh, no spoilers. Well, I mean, you can say the genre or kind of ideas. I don't know if you can really give spoilers away because I don't have it all figured out yet. So it could change anyways.
I'd rather not say.
You don't know what I'm writing, do you? Oh, you're being quiet. You don't know what I'm writing.
No, it's I was not ready for that question. I really was not ready for that question. Okay.
Well, what's one element of what I'm writing next?
What do you mean?
What's one thing that appears and that's going to appear in my stories?
Oh, Well, as an antagonist.
Yeah, there's an antagonist. Okay.
Oh, now I feel bad now.
Yeah, it's all right.
Come back to me on that one. I wasn't ready for that one.
All right. So now this is you. Do you want to do the? So these are questions. I could do it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So question 1. In your Clash of the Goddesses series, what do you think is most like me?
Who do you think
is?
What are you drinking there? That's easy. It should be an easy question for you to answer.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Jack. No. In your Clash of the Goddesses series, who do you think is most like me?
Oh, when you gave me this question, I thought it was me, but you meant you. Okay, I got this.
It's supposed to be who is most like you.
Oh, it is supposed to be most like me.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just wrote it. I just put it in here word for word how you told me. So okay. So who I think is most like me? I would say Lily is most like me because her character arc from book 1 to book 3, she starts off, she doesn't even talk in book 1. And I went through periods of my life where I didn't talk. And she had to find her inner strength and overcome her insecurities and the lies that she told about herself that took down her self-confidence to grow and become a better person. And she's loyal to her family. And she's dedicated to him throughout the entire series. So yeah, I would say that Lily is most like me.
Okay.
All right. Number 2.
All right. In your Clash of the Goddesses series, who do you despise?
This one is so easy. So easy. It's got to be Cronus. Yeah, he is a very vile person. God. Titan. Yes, he's vile.
So, you probably already answered this already, but same. In your Clash of the Goddesses series, who is your favorite character?
My favorite character is actually different than the one who I thought was, because I think I'm boring. So why would that be my favorite character?
You're not boring to me, so I'm okay. So who's your favorite then?
My favorite is the Morgan, because she walks a very gray world where finding the line between what is right and wrong is very hard for her. Mm-hmm. And how one of my beta readers, the way she said it to me, because we actually had a discussion about which characters we liked and which we didn't like, and I told her the Morgan, and she's like, she says, I think the Morgan's problem is that she hasn't trusted anybody and talked to them and revealed like her inner self and been able to talk about these decisions with people. Yet she can't see that she needs someone to talk to in order to make better decisions. So
that's true. So I've always seen her as more of a manipulator, but okay.
Well, she is a manipulator in the books as well, but she manipulates everybody toward the goals that she thinks is right. And she does it in such a way that she thinks it's right because she can't see any other way to do it, even though there were probably better choices.
Okay. All right. Do you ever plan to base a character on me? I'm afraid to know this answer.
So, I don't think I ever base any characters on anybody, but I pull traits. So for anybody who's just read the first book in my series, they're not going to understand why would it be. But Lou to me, but Lou the god, not the leprechaun.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
So he is a strong character. He loves a fiercely independent woman who he wants her to make the right decisions, and he would love to make those decisions for her, but he constantly defers if it's about her and her body and what her choices are. He constantly defers. He would just say, this is what I think, but it's on you to decide what you want to do. And that's how I see you.
Okay. Good save. What other genres have you wanted to write in but haven't yet?
I would like to do some sci-fi. But yeah. I think that's going to be down the road because I think I need to be established for a while in fantasy and get a good backlist going before I can jump over to do sci-fi.
Okay.
All right. And this is his last question from me.
Where do you hope to be as an author in 3 years' time?
So in 3 years, we're actually going to be getting ready to actually right now, today, exactly 3 years from today, we'll be taking over my parents' store. Because it's June 1st of 2022, and we're taking over June 1st of 2025. So I hope that on that day that we start working at the store, of course, we'll be working beforehand because we're going to be training and stuff. But this is the day we'll officially take over and own it ourselves. I hope to have a good enough backlist that I can have continual sales, that I can probably write at a slower pace and just think more about marketing and, concentrate on marketing the books I have in my backlist.
Okay.
So, trick question: who is the boss in our relationship?
Oh, geez, that's an easy one.
Oh no! I said it's a trick question because I see us as equal partners.
Oh. Yes, I'm going to go with that answer too. See how it works for 14 years.
All right, so I would like to go to the comments and pull up what you guys have done, but oh my goodness, there is like 84 comments, and I don't even know where I left off. So I'm going to go back as far as it'll go and see what I can find. As far as questions, if you guys have any questions for us, mark it with a Q. And I'm sorry if I can't get everybody. Oh, Amelia, I thought you were going to bed. Well, thank you for stopping by. And I need to create a Lonely Hearts tag. Oh, no. Yes, yeah. You need to create a tag that you can do that showcases your beautiful heart. Oh my God, I'm catching up and loving these photos. Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you for coming. Hi, Running to Write. That's Ben.
Oh.
He's the other co-host on the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks show.
Okay.
And I skipped over author JC Carpenter. Hi. I love her channel. She's like one of my favorite ones. And Nadira, hi. Welcome. Thank you. And Nicole, thank you for coming. And let's see. I'm skipping over to see if there's anybody else I missed. And I don't know if I'll get through all of these. Ricky doesn't remember when either, Shannon. So I think that saying I love you, I think that. Oh. Yeah. Or maybe that was a meet cute because Margaret's talking about when we met. No, because you knew when we met. So yeah, I think it's that I love you. And write out a romance book. Yeah, I've often thought that too, how we've crossed paths a few times and, but I think we met when we were supposed to meet because I know I was not ready to settle down at the time that I crossed paths with you.
Yeah. Mentally, I wasn't grown up enough yet. Yeah, as is being honest. Kevin won. I love it. Yes.
Oh my gosh. MK Williams, thank you for coming. And that's my all-time favorite channel to go watch. And I don't think she's ever come to my channel before in a chat. So I feel pretty blessed and special right now.
Cool.
Love that energy. 14 years. Yeah, 14 years. Of course, if you add in the years we've known each other, that's 17 years. By the time we take over the liquor store, then yeah, we'll have known each other 20 years.
Yeah.
Playground dates are my fave. Yeah. And I was like, when he said we were going to the playground, I'm like, what? Well, it's okay. I'll go with the flow and see how this goes. Just fooling us with those extrovert vibes. Y'all know I am introverted. Yeah, definitely. I see that. We're all introverts. Yeah, most of us definitely, I would say 98% of us. Every now and then I find one that's an extrovert. Contempt romance. Aww. Okay. Put Shannon put him on the spot. Yep. The antagonist counts. Well, okay. But what's the main beast of my series?
Beast?
They're not human, but they are human.
Oh
my gosh. I've only been talking about this for like a couple months now.
Yeah. Yeah, you have. And that's gonna bother me now.
There it says Lord Ricky would literally say, "You're writing about stuff and things."
That's not gonna work in this house.
Cronus, yes. See, Morgan, she was my critique partner. Mm-hmm. So she agreed that Cronus was the most despisable character in the book. Yeah. You, Cronus. Yep. Oh, and Jenna, she read one of the chapters where Cronus did something pretty despicable. Agree, Shannon. Did you try to use your personality writing, Lily? I don't know if I ever try to use my personality, but I put parts of myself in all my characters, I think. And so, sorry for missing your message. Oh, okay. Yeah, cake. Yep, Lou is. I don't know how you say that. I should know how to say it, but I don't know how to say it. Yes, Jenna did have a book come out. I didn't know she wanted me to say that. Oh, we got a Q. Q for Kevin. Do you read often? What genre would you like to see Shannon try to write that she hasn't yet?
I don't read as often as I used to, but I love horror, but mystery. Mystery is my number one go-to.
So if I wrote a mystery novel, I think he'd be really into it. And I think that's when I was writing my Clash of Goddesses series, every time I was telling him about something, he was trying to throw a mystery into it. And he was like, but that would catch your readers more. And I'm like, I don't need to make it more complicated.
It puts a twist to it. No.
Yes, that's exactly. Twist. That was the word he used all the time. Satires. Or satyrs. Satires. Satyrs. Yeah. So the dragons. I have dragons in my next series. That's a big thing. That is like the thing I've been talking about this whole time. Do you remember what they breathe?
You mean instead of fire?
Instead of fire? Okay, you don't know.
Smoke?
They breathe ice. Fae. Yes, there are Fae in my next series too. But I don't think he would remember that. I think he would remember dragon. I mean, he loves dragons.
Can I say how many?
Okay, sure. How many dragons?
4.
Okay. And they are, do you remember how they're related to each other?
Yes, they're family. I don't know how much I can say.
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, they're brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers who once were, stop me if I start saying too much. They once were, they turned human.
They were shifters.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Shifters. And there's a love story in it.
Oh, yes, because it's a romantic series, so there's going to be 4 love stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 4, but
yeah,
the main one that's, let's just say the centerpiece between all 4. She's in the center she calls something to happen. So
he remembers that part, that's the overarching plot to the entire series, is to figure out what to do with that centerpiece. So, all right. So Jesse asked question: have you ever considered co-writing a book? And you go ahead.
Okay, so we tried that before I was deployed. Wow, years ago. And she actually came up with the idea to try to write something back and forth. And at the time, I was not into writing at all. So I was just like, no, this is dumb. I don't want to do this. Let's just talk. So I kind of missed out on a great opportunity. So would I ever consider co-writing a book? Possibly.
I think it would be more along the lines of me writing it, but he would interject ideas.
Pretty much what we do now.
I was going to say, you're kind of, you do have some big pieces, because the Morgan wasn't going to play as big of a part as she ended up playing, but he was one. But you need a twist. You need someone behind the scenes manipulating stuff. I'm like, but I want to keep the story simple, so it's easy to write. Oh, Jenna's like his face. Uh-oh. It just jumped. Oh, dragons. Yes, Margaret remembered dragons.
Thanks, yes. Margaret.
Ice dragon stuff, Kevin.
Thanks, Josiva.
Oh my goodness.
I have one friend.
I'm your friend.
Thank you.
Morgan Lee says, I didn't remember the ice, but I know it's dragons. Shifter ice dragons. Yep, sold. Awesome. I was hoping satyrs. LOL. I love satyrs. I finally got one and a tail. I'm trying to populate some other creatures in my world, and so I haven't come up with all of them. So it's a possibility a satyr can take a part. 7 dragons for 3 goddesses. It's a musical. I'm all about dragon shifters. Yep. Sounds steamy. Yep. Did I get through? Oh, I think I got through everything. I know I skipped over a lot of them, but you guys, I so wish I had not had Kevin read this already, but I did. But I wanted to read my, I have a page and a half of, acknowledgments basically at the back, but the last paragraph is to my husband. And so I want to read that because, like I said, this is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. It's also, I kind of look at this as the beginning of my AuthorTube journey, but it's also the beginning of my author journey. I wasn't making money yet, but I was taking that first step toward creating a community or finding a community and finding an audience for my work. And so I kind of see this as the beginning of my author career as well. So here is what I wrote. And lastly, to my husband, Kevin, without your continual support, these books would not have been out in the world as soon as they were. And I wouldn't have died from starvation. For every time I disappeared into the worlds of my stories, where nothing outside existed, not even the need for food, you put something delicious into my hands. But you did so much more than that. And for all those things you did to keep our family healthy, happy, and secure, I will forever be grateful. I'm so very thankful that life brought us together. Your love proves that people can be deeply emotional about someone, and it can be good. It can be a deep and healthy feeling for another human being that makes living so much better, so much richer. And I'm happy that I found that with you. You will forever have my heart.
It's cool. It sucks also to be married to a writer because she's so great with words that I'm speechless. And I'm secure in myself to let y'all know that when I first read that, I actually teared up at that.
You did. You had a tear. Q, favorite meal he makes for you. I don't want to say it's a meal. He makes one thing that I really, really love, and he makes it every Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that is his baked yams. So I love it. It's a family recipe that he has. It's been passed down, and it's really good. Well, everyone's saying, "Oh, well said." That's a lovely acknowledgement. Thank you. That made me tear up. So, and I did wonder, because if people read this book, right, Cronus is in this book, and he's a deeply disturbing person. So knowing that, I know what it's like to have the better side, kind of helps out with that. Cheers.
Yes. Thank you.
I have a toasted almond, and he's got Jack and Coke.
No, just Jack.
Well, I thought you put a Coke in there.
Nah, I changed my mind.
Oh, I saw him get the Coke out.
Yeah.
Well, I think that will do it. And we're a good time. We have a half hour, about 33 minutes in, and gives me plenty of time to make it over to Margaret's channel for her live tonight. So, you can catch Margaret next. She's doing her wrap-up party for the May of the Moderns readathon. And, it's going to be quite a few of us popping in and out. And it's going to be lots of fun, I think. So, you want to do it?
Yep. So with that, thank y'all very much for showing up. Oh.
I'll take the awkward pause.
I love that show, by the way. Thank you very much. So I would just like to say thank y'all very much for coming in to showing support to my lovely wife, Shannon. And again, I am the husband, Kevin.
And I'm Shannon. Thank you guys so much for coming and celebrating with us and getting a chance to know us, and letting me share my husband with you guys, because he is a big part of the family and how this works and how we work together and what we can accomplish together in life. So I'm very, very happy for it. So, and they say, nice to meet you, Kevin. That's what, take care. And I think we'll end it on that.